Your chunky blanket isn't done yet. From unfinished to heirloom quality. Isn't that beautiful? It just finishes it. No tools, just your hands. Let's put a border on it. Take your working yarn and you're gonna go through these braids right here. You're gonna take the 2 loops on the side and go right through. My working yarn was kind of backwards, so I had to turn it around. Make a loop through one and make a loop through the next. So see how I pulled up those 2 loops? Bring those 2 loops together and then bring your working yarn around your blanket from the back and then go through both of those loops. So let's do it again. Push through the next 2 loops, push those together, bring your working yarn around the back. Then you keep going all the way up your blanket. So you're gonna go through those braids, but you have to go through both of those loops in the braid. Now we're coming to a corner, so I wanted to slow down and show you the corner because it's definitely the same stitch, the same loops, but sometimes corners are a little tricky because getting under both of those loops in the blanket can sometimes be a little bit tough. But as long as you're going through the blanket from back to front all the way and not just that front top loop, then you're good to go. So even if it feels like it's just the top loop, sometimes it's not and it's through the whole blanket on those corners. So keep going through every single one of them. Here's the corner and what it looks like when it's done. Now we're going to come up to finishing it off. So you're going to go right up to the loop that you started with, but I also bring another loop through where I started. So this is going right in to the first place that I put my yarn so that it can really close off that edge right there, because otherwise there would be a gap. So you're going to bring your working yarn around and bring it through those 2 loops still. And then you have a loop up here, but you're going to cut your working yarn and bring that tail end that you have right here through the loop on the back, and then you can pull it tight. So it's almost like a little knot right there. But then we're going to guide it through one of the loops right back here in the border because it's the same color, and it kind of hides it right there and pulls it down. And here's our tail ends. We can tie these together. You can cut them and fuse those 2 ends together if you would like. I like to knot them because you can't really see the knot. It's very forgiving in there. But then also you could fuse after the knot. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to clip to about 1 inch right here on both and then light them on fire and fuse them to the border. So if you just light them and then push them onto part of that yarn, it'll fuse to it. It's pretty cool. So here it is. Here is the border on the blanket, and it can really elevate each blanket. It's also an easy fix for edge mistakes.